You'll just enough to get it in the shop gag. Using a compressor, almost dead jump box. Very slow is a good thing to do with old crappy tires. I actually aired up the inner dual a little bit first and figured the outside tire actually looks a little bit better on this side. The other side, the rim's real scary, so I won't put no air to it. But I think it's going to be good enough for me. So, got it in the shop here. Ready for later. I guess the first deal is I'll take these rims off because like this one over here, you can see how much it's split out. That's why I didn't put any air in it. This one here, I put some air in it, but obviously I'm a little scared to put a whole bunch to them. But anyhow, next episode. Alrighty guys, so it's a night or two later since I actually pushed this in here. Found out it didn't have any oil filters, so I didn't mess around with that, and I have some oil filters now. But I come over here and just touch this oil filter and check out how thin that baby is. Wow. So this is probably going to be a nightmare to get off of here. But if I get the oil filter off of here, and I'll add some oil to it. It's a little bit concerning to me that it has 0 oil in it, but a lot of stuff in the what I'm going to call like the shop or the barn up there, all the oil was drained from them, so I don't know. So all I can really do is probably I'll put a jack underneath of it and check it out a little bit before I just throw some oil to it, maybe before I even touch that oil filter, and just make sure I don't see any you know, like big cracks or anything, something that would make this thing parts, and I'll go from there, because right now I'm not really seeing any reason it won't run. I think it has a stuck valve, which sitting this long and as rusty as this thing is, probably. The handlebars broke, which isn't totally a deal stopper. I have some handlebars, not a problem. It's kind of unusual. No, that is the one to break normally. Or do I normally break? It don't matter. Anyhow, I have handlebars. But otherwise, yep, just kind of go from there is all I can do. Everything's kind of rusty, and it's kind of the way I like it. So, without further ado, let me get going on this. I'll bring you guys back for the interesting stuff. So on the plus side, the old oil filter still had oil in it, so that's a good thing for the insides of the motor. So yeah, I did put oil in it, and I don't see it massively running out anywhere except for where I spilled the oil taking this oil filter off, but it was tight, but not bad. So let me chuck this in a place that it's not going to make a mess. And I'll get back with you guys. What did I do with my oil pan even? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Okay, new oil filter installed. So I guess the next step is, although I really don't want to do it, I should take the head off and check the valves, because I'm pretty sure there's a stuck valve, because it spins over fairly easy, but there's some air movement. But might as well take the head off and double check. I probably should have did that before I put oil in it, but you know how it goes. For all I know, there could be a hole in the piston, I guess. Doubtful, but possible. Well, definitely have a problem. Exhaust valve is stuck. Haven't really looked into it. Looking at the cylinder, looks to me like it's got some road rash going on up here in the front. Really, the piston and everything in here is pretty clean. Well, it's definitely got some scarring back here in the back too. It's got some crazy piston clearance. So I bet you she's a smoker. But what are you gonna do? Yeah. It was free too, so you know. It's definitely scored up there front and back. Now side to side looks okay. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blaster down in that valve, and I'll take a hammer and just tap on it a little bit and just see what starts happening. My blaster, please. There it is. As I trip over gravely that I was just videotaping. Should have bought some more of that. We're going to need a whole bunch more of the blaster. To be honest with you guys, probably what happened was it was smoking so bad, it probably carboned up the valve, and it probably hung a valve, so they probably parked it there. Yep, it's not just a little stuck. It's a lot stuck. So let me monkey with this for a while and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, legit set the camera down. And then it went down pretty easy. Hold on a second here. Get the ratchet set up. Oh, let's go. Exhaust valve going up. Exhaust valve staying up. So now that I broke it loose, I think it'll free up, but it's going to take some time. I'm just going to keep keep spinning her over like so and get that blaster work down in there, and I'll bring you guys back. I know I'm going to have to clean the magneto. All the butterflies are stuck on the carburetor. At least the choke was. Yeah. Yep, throttle shaft is stuck. Maybe I'll clean this piston up and see what it is. See if the cylinder can be bored or not. But pretty much I'm just going to slap this thing together. Regardless, because I know it's going to smoke, but just want to see what it'll run like. Or I guess see what the tractor's like is the main thing. Because if the trans is like totally junk or something, it's not really worth or a need to rebuild. So, okay, be back with you guys in a bit. I don't know if you guys will be able to see or not, but it is a standard bore. See if it'll focus. Yep. So, this tractor has legit probably never been apart. All the head bolts come out of it. Now the two upper ones on top of the shroud, I had to hammer on a 12 millimeter to get them out. They were rusted too bad. Everything else come out with 1/2 inch, so legit only need 2 head bolts. But that's kind of impressive. The valve, yeah, let me wipe this out of here. It just not like it really matters since the cylinder is so eefed up, but I'll do it just because. But the valve is to the point, it snaps down pretty quick, so just gonna take some work to get everything off of there. That bolt sure look like it's broke off in there. Yeah. I'll have to look at that a little closer. But yeah, making progress. So just keep doing that. And just me turning it over is good because it'll pump oil through the system before I ever go to start it. So That's a plus. Watch out, I get the camera out, it'll stick, but through some divine intervention and some, I'll prop you guys up here, apologize. Nope, still doing it. But the exhaust valve is working now, so I know one thing. I go to light this baby off, it's going to need to be outside because it's going to smoke. So, at this point, I guess I'll move along to the magneto and see if I can't get that working. If not, I'll have to borrow another spark box from somewhere and go from there. Looks like it's got pretty good spark to me. It's actually throwing like three sparks off there. I don't know if you guys can make it out. I think kinda. A lot of that could have to do with this spark plug. The impulse is a little weird on this, but I mean it's got a nice good spark at cranking speed. Beautiful.